Good evening everybody and welcome back to the level 80 grind, and we're kicking things off with a few research tasks which we need a lot more of. That's Zorua, there's not Shiny, and 5:15 I think is the Hundo. Now, it being a Wednesday at the time of recording this, it's usually podcast edit day during the course of the day, so unfortunately this is the only time in the day I'm able to actually get out and go for the grind, so we are going to have to break and enter into Walpole somewhat, but this was a spin 5 stops and now we've done 45 out of the 250 research tasks that we need for level 80, and we have explored a handful of kilometers but not nearly as many as I would like. Tomorrow we should be able to actually chase a little bit better as people are impatient at red lights. What we do have though is the deluxe version of the Go Pass for Halloween, and I can confirm, shout out to whoever it was in the comments as well, if you buy the deluxe October Pass now, you still get access to the lucky trinket at rank 100 as a compensation. So if you want to make that purchase for the lucky trinket, go ahead and do it. We're going to claim all these rewards and we get costume Pokemon. It's really nice to see the costume Vulpix back. Let me know how the Halloween event is going for you. Have you got the shiny Sinistee yet, which we are definitely still going to be chasing over the course of this night grind with some, hopefully, Lavender Town music in our ears. That didn't even catch. Great stuff. But this is the interesting thing. These go live in the wild and through field research, and I believe in raids as well when it switches over to part 2. The brand new, not shiny unfortunately, but costume Teddy Ursa with the witch hat can indeed evolve. You need 3 to complete the shiny family if that's your bag. And I'm doing this intro very long-windedly right now because it could rain at any given moment, and it will be raining for the continuation of the evening. That 3-star, not too bad, but I do really like that. Next up is the other costume, the Noibat, that isn't shiny with the headband, and 268. We're going to drop Daily Incense and Roar of Time for about 2 hours and maybe a little bit more than that. This is going to be pretty dead as a 2-star, but I'm hoping we pick up those shinies later down the road. And we're of course going to get a lovely Rowlet that's not shiny. We've got a couple of Hundos of that from last year with quests and eggs. It was boosted in eggs, if you may remember. 418. That's the floor. Beautiful. And I'm really sorry, Tony TM, appreciate the RSVP. We've burned all 10 remotes today over the course of editing the podcast. This is the 20th level up for the max moves. Now, key thing to note is that if you unlock a max move, which you have to do unless you're just going to burn it on the attack stats constantly on different D-Max and G-Max Pokemon, unlocking a max move doesn't count towards the level up research, which I think is a bit crap. I've got to be honest, so you have to power up a move rather than unlock it, and you have to unlock some moves to get started, really. So that's 2 tasks. Now we have to explore another, 178 kilometers or something along those lines, and quite a lot more field research tasks. The research task is definitely where we can make a bit of a dent. So we did, however, over the course of today, pick up a random research Hundo Litwick, which is really nice. Shame it wasn't the shiny one for the future Mega Chandelure. But if you like what you see here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around with me because the level grind isn't slowing down anytime soon. Good to have the nighttime session, but goes down the Daily Incense and we'll Roar of Time for 2 hours. Good to be back on a bit of a night grind. Haven't done one of these since probably the 24-hour challenge. Now, this is why we've got the umbrella with us. Look, just look at that. Incoming awfulness. Anybody on this research grind coupled with the Halloween event task knows, yeah, that animation to evolve stuff is incredibly slow, but it's a Sableye. Not a Hundo, but that is nice dust, which given how many purifications we had to do, is definitely welcome. Come on, don't tell me this is a task I've just completed. Win in the Go Battle League. I actually did one of those yesterday. Sorry to whoever this trainer is. They're rank 3, I'm rank 1, but they're dealing with 1700 CP Pokemon versus my 5600 plus. Either way, we got our win. Yeah! Oh, the things we do for the level grind. Oh, only 98 battles to go. Check that out. Not even to rank 2. Just evolving over and over and over again. That's 3 evolved dark type done. There we go, Zorua. And another one's gonna be, it's a back-to-back Zorua, but both terrible. In fact, I'm hearing some wild Vulpix. I don't think they have the costume. Power of Pokemon 10 times. The 3 raids, thankfully, we might be okay. Rain on the screen. Been a long time since complaining about that. We're starting to feel a bit more thematic now, aren't we? We're coming into the park after dark. Although, actually, the camera's doing it an injustice. It's a lot darker than it appears on camera. Literally just gotta catch and get these tasks done, and then we're hitting Walpole in this. Yeah! Anybody else as mad as I am? Possibly, yes. This round, I'm not actually going to get anything coarse. I'm just going to be stood here evolving things, but no matter. We've got ourselves a Hisuians, or oh, that's close. That's not his name. Possibly 98%. Oh, so close. And this one is the Sabali. Honestly, I really need to start actually walking, otherwise we'll never find a cup of tea. This is how I'm navigating. It's with my phone torch. I'm actually trying to see where I'm going, but I have at least somewhat hooked up the umbrella in a way that it's going to stay put. Okay, we are in a bit of a predicament now, just due to the research task. So, we've got to shadow your mass, which we're going to go and do, because we've got 3 Spiritombs, which I want. I want the Spiritomb. I love the chase. Great shiny, rare quest. I picked up 3 of them. But it just means that I have this one raid, and the only other raids I've been able to really see that are active are 2 Mega Absol in that way, and a Genesect, which means I'm going to walk into trees, but also miss those stops. The research grind is a troublesome thing. Biggest shout out to Mustang Sally, who spammed in, making that an Absol duo. I was gonna solo it. I was ready to hit the ready button. Could we get a boosted red shiny for our trouble? Because it is, no other words for it, pissing it down with rain. Both using megas at the end. 200 energy that we don't need, and it's not a shiny. Pumpkins and everything, the lighting, the orange lighting of the streets. 3-star. Well, that was a Absol Mega Solo. Very easy, well over 100 seconds on the clock. Come on, back to back. Not shinies in 1433. Angles are going to be a bit weird and everything because we're dealing with the umbrella, the rain, all on the phone. Triple Spiritomb, not shiny, and pretty terrible. Check 2 is not blue. Oh, 881, you are not very far off actually. And the final one is not shiny, and about the worst you could get. It does mean I can actually pick up the research task from this side of Lamas, which is wonderful. Oh, nearly the floor. Lovely to see. A tiny shiny Kumowo. Congratulations, by the way, if there's any Halloween sparkles from part 1 of that stop, I can check that stop, and I need to go and get 1 or 2 of those. Yes! Coinciding ghost type evolves, that's what we want. The final raid of Wednesday is a Poltergeist and 624. I think 650 is what I heard, because of course, Fleece King got a Hundo on raid number 1. Don't think I've ever had anything quite like that, but I thank you everybody. Like 6 people jumped in, and obviously it's just good to have it there. Have had a few Sinisty this evening, but no shiny as of still yet. Error? Error. 900 CP or a juicy cup of tea. Well, I've just put a little bit of dust into that Purloin because this power of Pokemon 10 times, not only are we kind of locked out with a yet more Spiritomb task, but it's research task 100 people. Honestly, the kilometers today, this evening, I've done 5. For only 5k. But honestly, I think I'm gonna ditch the Roar of Time. It's only getting heavier in terms of the rain and more annoying. My feet are soaked. I think we'll pick this up maybe tomorrow in the morning when it's dry, because in terms of our troubles, we've picked up literally nothing. Literally no catch of interest whatsoever. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what we mean. We're out here experiencing all elements. Come on, Shiny Zoroark, just to help. It's the right form that could be shiny. And now it's Thursday afternoon. We've just evolved a couple of ghost types to complete our 119th research task, and that's quite another decent IV Hisuian Zorua. But we can now do what we couldn't do last night, is hit Walpole and hopefully blitz as many tasks as we possibly can. In fact, I'd like to try and complete that today, even if it's going to take everything we've got. There is simply no way to shortcut that unless you are a massive lying cheat. As you guys know, I've done 24-hour challenges where you've actually walked the majority of 24 hours, and the most we've ever accomplished was 86k in 24 hours, which is 24 hours non-stop. So anybody saying they've done 200 kilometers in a day is talking bollocks. Of course, more ghost type evolves. It is still crap weather around here at the moment. There's Storm Benjamin happening, and that Pikachu invite, thank you B Jerry for the RSVP, does tick off. Thankfully, 2 Spiritomb non-shiny, unfortunately, tasks. The second, there's still not a shiny and is only a medium little bit better than the previous one. I do want to put Daily Incense on again. We're just gonna catch stuff. Glorious. RSVP on the Sinisty raid. Come on. Still no pink joy, and even no antique form for myself. This so isn't the weather for Pokemon Go, but this Shinies of 630 CP is thankfully going to complete 2 win 3 raid tasks that I've had for probably the entire time since the last clip. Honestly, I've been doing one task after another. You pick one task up and it's evolve 3. Pick up another task, it's evolve 3. And then it's catch 10. And it's like, oh, Jesus, it's taking a long time. Anyway, could it be not the boosted pink cup from raids? 2 Spiritomb, 1 is not a shiny, and it's some way off of a Hundo. And check 2 isn't shiny either, an 878. Power up 10, that's nice, we can do that. 165 tasks through, so there's a little bit of a way to go. I'd say probably a third remaining. Actually, since I've got you guys put down on a stump, shall we claim some more of the Go Pass for Halloween? And we get ourselves the Froakie. It isn't a shiny, and 406, 425 for the research Hundo. Definitely go and check out part 2 from 2024 if you haven't done so already. Churin shiny hunting for these things. Worth shouting out, somebody in the comments of the previous video notified me that if you get to rank 108, you actually get Spiritomb encounters. Thank you for reminding me of that. I'd completely forgotten that was a little perk. So if you get the premium track of this, you get 2 extra Spiritomb. I just stood here evolving 3 dark types, only to realize I actually needed to evolve 3 ghost types. So there's the check, and it was all for a Sableye that's not shiny. Useless Milo. Oh, come on, Sableye, don't play silly buggers with me. I honestly don't know the number of Purloin I've evolved, but it is substantial for our 186th task. Just as we ticked over to 3 o'clock, and we do have a Spiritomb that's still not shiny, but we're picking up the dregs of Walpole, and I'm hoping that Broadway can deliver. I genuinely don't think I'm going to get 250 tasks done. Can I do it? Shinies, still no Shinies. And now you join me significantly later in the day, 6:24. We had a bit of a break just due to actual life obligations. We're back out to finish the last remaining task. We've got one here that actually caused the game to crash. I'm not kidding. The 3rd dark type evolution. The game had enough. Today, I burnt so much candy. But to be honest, what else am I going to do with 21k's worth of Meowth candy? And as you see here, there's 9 to go after that Sizzlipede quest. On the note of good things though, we haven't had any. Actually, I tell a lie. While in the car over on the school run, I was a passenger for once. I picked up a shiny Volibee. I know we got one of those in the previous video, but it shows it's a perma-boosted shiny. Having it in the wild, among other things like a Alola Meowth perma-boosted shiny, the only shiny it feels in this entire video. We have picked up 2 Hundos. This was a quest research Hundo for an Aaron. I don't know what quest it was, but it's in the quests. And then this was a random Spinner you see, caught even with a red ball. I wasn't even paying attention. I was probably just trying to get nice throws done. So there we go. Hundo Spinner Hundo Aaron. Completed for the day. But what else do we need? We've got 5 Pokemon with the weather boost. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and possibly 9 tasks all dotted around, and that will be our lot. And while we're out here finishing the grind for the video, I cannot end it without saying a big thanks to every single person who's part of the awesome Patreon squad supporters. You guys, I say it in every single video, but it really is truthful. They're the reason we're able to keep rocking and rolling in the manner that we have done over these 6 years of doing YouTube and Pokemon Go content in this space. Thank you very much to each and every one of you for all that you do with that platform and taking your support to the next level. It affords us things like travel, upgrades of equipment, putting stuff back into the game, and I'm truly appreciative for every single one of you, past and present. And thank you all of you who've hit that subscribe button over the years as well. Here we are at the end of a very windy and rainy day. These are going to be the final 3 tasks that we actually need to get done. 2, it's a Yamask of 402, and the final one is going to be power something up 10 times. In fact, we're going to hatch a 5k first for a nice evolve. Don't need to do that anymore unless I actually want to chase the research. We've got this Hundo Mudberry from Valencia a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to put some dust into it. I apologize if the wind and the audio is terrible. There it is. That is 250 research tasks finally done, and we only have the kilometers to do. A lot of them. It's like 162 kilometers or something like that to go. But there we go. That is the research task grind, and I'm going to wrap it up after I've done a bit of a night walk, because honestly, this is not conducive weather. I'd much rather be in the likes of the company of Tony TM, where it's nice and potentially sunny in Florida, but I can't get over to City Safari there, so let's wrap this up back in the office, shall we? And yes, we're now going to finally wrap up here on Friday itself. Just those kilometers to rock and roll, and I don't see me doing that inside of maybe 10 days. We are going to be going to Poland, where we'll hopefully be able to rack up some of those kilometers while out and about in Gdansk, but it's just a long grind. And if anybody is getting to level 74, 5, etc. at this point, after like less than a couple of days of it being accessible properly, is doing something dodgy. There's no way to really stop that, apart from Niantic possibly pulling their finger out and trying to look at this sort of thing. But really, I'm here to enjoy my personal grind, and I know for a fact there are going to be people out there, content creators and players, who will be able to rack up more kilometers in a week than I am able to do. But I'm here doing my pacing and enjoying the ride. But of course, let me know how you're doing in the comments below with not only the Halloween part 1, which soon is going to be ending and bringing in part 2, but also that level 80 grind. Where are you sat right now? And I will say, if you enjoy what you see here and want to see more, hit that subscribe button down below. It'd be great to have you on board along with everybody else. And don't forget, there's plenty of other content around on the channel for you to check out. You can check out the video here on the right or on the left. Take your pick. There are some crazy bits and pieces, but I will end by saying the most kilometers I've ever done in a day is 86 kilometers, and that's requiring a whole day of rest afterwards. So until the next time, folks, I'm going to say, do take care.